guys, it's Katie. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm bringing you my second book review of the year. This is for February. I made a resolution or a goal to read at least one book a month this year, which doesn't sound like a lot, but I'm a pretty slow reader, so far so good. The book this month was Girl Online. This is by a very popular famous YouTuber, Zoella, or Zoe Sugg is her real name. And so I have to admit, this was something that I got it for Christmas, and it's actually book one in a series of 3. And I got these not really even knowing that much about the plot line and being like super fascinated in that. It was more so just because I'm a huge Zoe fangirl and like love her and wanted her book. So I'll be completely transparent in that regard. I mean, I also heard they were good and I trust in her like ability to make cool things, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, I got it. I repeat, this is book 1 and there are 3 in the whole series. I started this at the beginning of this month and I actually finished it really pretty quickly. It would probably be categorized in like the young adult section. Oh yeah, for all my book reviews, I kind of want to start off this way. I'm not going to give too much detail, but I'll just give you a quick little snippet that yes, I really liked this. I really recommend it. It's definitely, like I said, more of a young adult kind of a feel to it. So if you're not into that, be aware of that. Also, it's probably much more of a feminine book, but there are some cool male characters in it as well. So just depending on your tastes, you could like it. It takes place partially in the UK, in Brighton, actually where Zoe is from, or where she lives, and then partially in New York, which is my personal favorite city. So yeah, it's good. Okay, now for anybody who wants to hear more detail. So this book is about a girl named Penny Porter. She lives in Brighton in the UK and she's a blogger. So it's a little bit like art imitates life, is that saying, right? So like, how do I say this? Like Zoe started out as a blogger and like now she's a YouTuber, and like a lot of the themes of this, and she lives in Brighton and she talks about the Brighton Pier like in this book and then also in her real life. So like it very much so felt Zoe, and it felt like I was reading about Zoe. Granted, I know that I don't think, you know, the character is not meant to be like her, but in my head I kind of couldn't help but like picture Penny, the main character, as Zoe. Not entirely, but like a little bit. And like the main character has this cute little family and she has an older brother, whereas in real life Zoe has a younger brother, but still just a lot of the dynamics felt the same to me. Penny has a best friend named Elliot. He's a male. He actually reminded me a lot of Zoe's relationship with Mark Ferris. He's another YouTuber. Granted, this was written before I think she and Mark Ferris even really knew each other in real life, but as I was reading, that's just what I was picturing. She is a teenager. She's kind of this like awkward girl. She is a photographer and a blogger, but her blog is secret. It's anonymous and it's called Girl Online. So she doesn't like ever expose her name, but she does all these blog posts and just signs them as Girl Online. Another thing where art imitated life for this was that the main character deals with anxiety and panic attacks, which is something that Zoe has dealt with as well and like talks about a lot on her channel, or like has been a big theme of her channel. So again, it felt very like, I don't even know how I'm trying to explain that. It's not a bad thing. It's not, like I really genuinely liked this, but in a way, if you want to feel like you're just completely reading a new, different book where you aren't sitting here thinking, like you're not constantly being reminded that it's written by some famous YouTuber named Zoella. What am I trying to say? Like you are constantly reminded that it's written by Zoella. To me it was, because like I said, it's in Brighton, she's a blogger, she has anxiety, blah, blah, blah. That didn't bother me. I loved it and I really am a big fan of Zoe, like I said, but I'm just saying it's not like it totally went a completely different like route than Zoe's real life. I don't know. I'm like focusing too much on that topic, but So she's this blogger, blah, blah, blah. She has these anxiety issues happening. Her best friend, Elliot, is her next door neighbor, and he's gay, and his parents are not okay with it. And so Zoe and him, so Penny and him are very, very close. Something happens at school to her that is very embarrassing, and somebody posts a video of that on YouTube. And she's just like going through all this stuff where she's just like being publicly embarrassed by the internet and this and that. And then her mom and dad own a wedding planning company or shop, and this really wealthy couple from New York comes into their like wedding shop, and it turns out that they need like a last minute wedding planner in New York City, and they're gonna pay for everything for the whole family to travel over Christmas. That's the other thing, it takes place during Christmas, which is another very like Zoe thing. She loves Christmas, and so of course I feel like she picked Christmas to be the setting of her book. But yeah, so the family gets a paid for travel to New York for her parents to do this wedding, and Penny gets to go and the best friend Elliot gets to go. And then while they are over there, Penny, the main character, meets this boy named Noah. And then without like giving too much away, I basically have to stop there, but you can probably imagine that like it's a love story. But I really loved the way it was written. Like it honestly reminded me of like what it feels like to fall in love. Like just the way she would talk about the experiences and like all those little beginning stages of like that flirtation and that like, oh my gosh, and just that feeling of falling in love. Like it was really captured well in this book, so I really liked that. With that said, and without giving it away, it's not all seamless. There's some stuff that happens, not to mention the fact that she's falling in love with this boy who lives in New York while she really lives in Brighton in the UK and is only in New York for like a week or two for the Christmas vacation. And so I kind of want to leave it there because I don't want to give too much away, but I will say that it had pretty short chapters, which I liked. That's something that really helps me kind of go through it fast for whatever reason. It was well written. It was funny and like relevant, and again, I really thought the way they captured like that feeling of falling in love was like, they really did that in this. And the characters were interesting, and I'm really excited to read the second and the third. So I don't know, I'm kind of like, I don't know how the second and the third can be better than this, but we will see. I don't mean to be pessimistic, I just feel like the titles of the second and third one almost lead my mind to like wonder about what they're about, and I don't know, I'm analyzing too deep into it, but I really enjoyed this. I also think the cover is super cute for what it's worth, and yeah, it was a quick, easy read. I'm actually going to Hawaii in less than a week, and I'm really excited. So I think I'm gonna pack the second one as my book to read there. I also might bring another book too, because I just feel like I've been a reading machine lately, and if I can get through the second one as quickly as I can get through this one, then I might want to bring 2 books to Hawaii. But anyway, yeah, so overall it was a thumbs up. It gets my stamp of approval. I especially recommend it if you are a fan of Zoe, but even if you're not, like, you wouldn't pick up on any of those things. Like, this character has anxiety and this character lives in Brighton and this setting is in Christmas. Like, if you don't know Zoe, like, you have no idea that those things are like mimicking her life. So I don't know why I felt the need to point that out. I just did. But I do recommend this to anybody. And if you have any questions or comments, if you've read this book, go ahead and leave them down below. If you have any book recommendations, I'm always looking for them, because I guess I'm like this newfound bookworm. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Subscribe if you like videos like this, because I do one once a month. And then I do like beauty videos, lifestyle videos, vlogs, kind of a little bit of everything. I will see you guys later. Love you.